This is my home. This is my kitchen. This is my family. Tilly. Jack. Holly. Megan. And of course, my wife Tana.
You may think you're the busiest person in the world, but over this series, I'm going to prove it's still possible to cook stunning food at home. My rules are simple. Home cooking has to be easy. It's got to be fast. It's got to be delicious. So, if you think you can't cook amazing food at home, think again. These are the only recipes you'll ever need.
Breakfast, lunch and dinner.
During my career, I've worked in some of the world's best restaurants where every meal is a special occasion. But this type of food isn't that practical at home. With my ultimate food for special occasions, I'll be showing you some stunning dishes guaranteed to knock the socks off anyone. But crucially, these dishes are still really easy to pull off.
First up, one of my family's favourite breakfast treats, sumptuous Eggs Benedict with crispy Parma ham. Followed by a dish fit to take centre stage at any special occasion lunch. Luscious grilled lobster served with Bloody Mary linguine.
The smell of that chilli and garlic butter is extraordinary.
And Jack and I cook up the ultimate unforgettable dinner for a Ramsay clan get-together. It doesn't get more memorable than this.
Nice.
A superb rare fillet of beef with salsa verde and baked new potatoes with an indulgent twist.
No, just showing off.
And for dessert, an amazing chocolate and pistachio semi-fredo.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
These are my ultimate recipes for a special occasion breakfast, lunch and dinner. Kicking things off with a beautiful breakfast of Eggs Benedict with crispy Parma ham.
The secret behind a great Eggs Benedict is in the hollandaise. So, get your pan on, because I'm going to cook our hollandaise over a rolling boil with a glass bowl. Butter, just put it on to melt. 3 egg yolks, separated from the white. Tarragon vinegar, pop that into the eggs. If you can't get tarragon vinegar, any white wine vinegar will do. Just as long as you've got that acidity in there, give some bite to the hollandaise. Put your bowl over the rolling water and just start whisking. If the eggs had direct contact with the gas, hollandaise will become scrambled egg. Once you've got that nice creamy texture, a nice thick sabayon, start adding your butter. Nice and slowly. A couple of tablespoons of butter in and give that a really nice mix. If you don't whisk it enough, the egg yolks don't take the butter. It causes it to split. More butter.
Using a big balloon whisk like this one makes it easier to incorporate air and helps prevent your mixture from separating.
All the butter in. And the best way to keep hollandaise nice and warm is just leave it to sit over that nice warm water bath, and it just keeps it at a really nice room temperature. A nice pinch of salt, fresh pepper, and then fresh lemon juice. That just really makes it vibrant, exciting. Now you want it like a sort of thick custard. I just want it to coat the back of the spoon, so it's like you're giving a nice glossy texture to your beautiful poached egg. Now, as the base for the Eggs Benedict, you cannot beat English muffins, but the ham, I'm going to change. I'm going to use the most amazing Parma ham. Get your pan nice and hot into the pan. It's like posh rashers of bacon. Beautiful. Parma ham fried nice and crisp like that is incredible. Beautiful in salads, fantastic for Eggs Benedict. Now keep that pan nice and hot. I want all that flavour from the Parma ham left in there. And rather than toast my muffins, I want to put the muffins into the pan. I want them sucking up all that wonderful flavour from that crispy Parma ham.
Make sure your muffins are toasted nicely. This will prevent them going soggy later.
Look at that, nice and crisp. Now, water on to boil for the eggs. Nicely seasoned, really important. And then just a little splash of vinegar in the water. That helps to set the egg white the minute you crack it in.
While the water heats up in the pan, there's time to get organised.
Lay a nice slice of ham on the base. Now, water's brought up to the boil. Turn it down and then spin your water around, like a little whirlpool. Then get a little cup. So you just drop the cup in And look what happens to the egg. Gets caught up in the turbulence of the water. The secret is not to boil the water rapidly, because the strength of the boil can literally explode your egg. As they start to move their way up to the top of the water, that's an indication that they're cooked. Take off any excess little bits of egg white, and then out onto a piece of tissue paper. That just drains off excess water. That stops your muffin from going really soggy. But look, they're like little beautiful mozzarella balls. Give them a little season. Lift them onto your crispy Parma ham. Beautiful. Now, get a nice spoon of your hollandaise, glaze over. Try and do it in one, glazing over the whole egg. When I tell Jack, Holly and Megan and Matilda that we're cooking Eggs Benedict for breakfast, they bolt down the stairs. And let's be honest, who wouldn't run to sit in front of those?
A special occasion breakfast that would make anyone feel spoilt. Eggs Benedict with crispy Parma ham.
Beauties. The key ingredients for my ultimate special occasion lunch and dinner aren't cheap. To make sure you get the best value when you go out shopping, here's a closer look at them.
First up for lunch, I'll be using one of the world's ultimate luxury foods, lobsters. Not cheap, but they're sure to impress. They can be bought live when they're usually a greeny brown or blue colour, or cooked with their more familiar red hue. Lobsters can grow to almost 5 kilo, but the smaller the specimen, the more tender it will be. I think 3/4 kilo is a good size to go for. If you save the shell, it will make an excellent stock, bisque or lobster sauce. Next, the truffle. Ounce for ounce, they're one of the most expensive foods in the world. Rich and earthy in flavour, the price of these subterranean delicacies is determined by the type, shape and size. The good news is, a little of these odd-looking fungi will go a long, long way. I'll be using shavings of black truffle to raise some baked potatoes from the ordinary to the extraordinary. Next, sensational beef fillet. Prized for its melt-in-the-mouth tenderness, this quick-to-cook, lean cut comes from the loin of the animal, running along either side of the backbone. Look for dry-aged fillet. As the beef hangs, natural enzymes break down the tissue, making it even more succulent and flavoursome. Dry-aged beef fillet will be joining my pimped-up truffle potatoes in my superb special occasion dinner.
I don't think home cooking should ever be difficult, even when you're putting together food for special occasions. One of the key secrets to getting the wow factor into your food is to buy great ingredients and let them do the talking. For my ultimate special occasion lunch, I've got some stunning, and I mean stunning, lobsters.
And I'll be cooking them very simply with chilli and garlic butter, serving them with Bloody Mary linguine. I'm going to start with the pasta sauce.
I love the indulgence in this dish. If I was doing this for the kids, I'd scrap the vodka and just do like a Virgin Mary. But it's a bit of a grown-up's dish. Now, pan nice and hot. Splash of olive oil. Onions in. Seasoning, touch of salt and pepper. Garlic. Be nice and generous with your garlic. It's not just your average tomato sauce, it's a royal, stunning tomato sauce. And you're in for a big treat. Season your onions and garlic with the Tabasco. That will give that really nice lift. A little pinch of celery salt. Spice that up with Worcester sauce. It instantly colours the tomatoes. Goes brilliantly well with the celery salt, Tabasco, and that nice caramelised garlic. A little light sprinkling of sugar. All the Worcester sauce has reduced down. We've got this nice, sweet, spicy, sticky, garlicky onion base. Glazed with a couple of spoons of vodka in. Lovely. Woo! Chopped tomatoes in. A little touch of water. Look at the colour of that sauce. Check the seasoning. That's delicious. Bring that up to the boil and cook it out 6 to 8 minutes. Reduce it down slowly. Turn down the gas and let that simmer.
With my sauce simmering, I can move on to a delicious breadcrumb topping to dress my linguine.
I'm gonna fry off my breadcrumbs. Get them nice and crispy, but don't put too much oil in there. Otherwise, the bread will just absorb it and they become greasy. Beautifully season them, and they go really nice and golden brown. 30 seconds before they come out, flat leaf parsley. Roll that through your breadcrumbs. And that is going to finish the linguine on top. You can hear how crispy they are.
Before I cook the linguine, I'm going to make the chili butter that will flavour my lobster.
Get your chili and slice it. I want to take advantage of all those seeds. Chili in, touch of salt, a nice clove of garlic, and here's some parsley. Start breaking that down, but I'm looking for a lovely garlic chili paste, exactly like that. Now, don't overdo it with the butter.
Herb butters are a great way to flavour fish and meat. They can be used as a stuffing in dishes like chicken Kiev, or added towards the end of a dish as a delicious glaze.
Lobsters, they're already cooked, so firmly place the lobster flat on your board. There's a little crisscross here, line there and a line going across. Put the point of the knife in and just push through the head. Turn the lobster around, cut through the lobster. Snap the legs off, snap the claws off. Just get the back of your knife, crack them. Spread that beautiful butter on. Go into the heads as well. And then the claws, take off bits of the shell and get little bits of butter in there. This can be done way in advance. For me, the longer that chili butter sits on top of that lobster, the better the flavour, especially when they hit the grill.
While my lobster firms up in the fridge, I can finish cooking my linguine.
Water brought up to the boil, seasoned nicely, and a little touch of olive oil. Now, linguine in first. That's going to take the longest, 8 to 10 minutes. In, and as the linguine starts softening at the bottom, just gently turn that around. Always wait till the linguine is nice and soft. That way you don't break those nice strands. Give that a good mix. Get your lid back on. And bring that to the boil rapidly.
After 8 to 10 minutes, my linguine should be perfect.
You want it al dente, slightly firm. Not too chewy. Absolutely spot on. Drain that into a colander. Shake a little bit of water from the pasta into my sauce. In she goes. Start twisting the linguine around. I want that Bloody Mary spicing up the linguine. Always hold up the centre of the pan first and place it onto the plate. Let go of that nice big lump.
By doing this, you'll get a mountainous pile of spaghetti with more body.
Then generously cover that with your crispy breadcrumbs. Absolutely beautiful.
Last but not least, I need to cook my chilled herb-buttered lobsters on a smoking hot griddle.
That butter's gotten really nice and firm, so the idea is slapping that down and grilling. The smell of that chili and garlic butter is extraordinary. Because the lobster's cooked, all you're doing is grilling that delicious, spicy chili butter. You just want that mark of the char quickly on the lobster. Turn that over. Smell is incredible. Now, get that on. You can understand why it is proper special occasion food, because that is mind-blowing.
Griddled lobster with chili and garlic butter, served with a boozy Bloody Mary linguine. A sensational special occasion lunch. Coming up, Jack reveals he's catching me up in the kitchen.
Nice. Now you're cracking eggs with one hand.
As we join forces to cook my ultimate special occasion dinner.
This is a Rolls-Royce cut of beef, so we've got to treat it with some respect. In my restaurants, the kitchens are divided into different sections. There's a section that cooks fish and fish only, another for the meat, and so on. The chefs become so good because they're constantly improving all the time. Practice makes perfect. So, if you get a chance, give my ultimate special occasion dinner a trial run before you cook it on your big night.
On the menu is a succulent rare beef fillet with salsa verde, served with roasted truffle new potatoes. The dish is designed to make your special occasion one to remember. And to end our Ramsay get-together with a bang. I've enlisted willing sous chef Jack to help me make a sublime chocolate and pistachio semi-fredo.
Now, I know you love chocolate, right?
Yes.
We'll break this up so it melts nice and evenly. Right, that goes over bain-marie. You can't put the chocolate in direct contact with the gas.
Yeah.
OK, otherwise it will split. Crack 4 eggs in there for me, please, one.
Of course.
Hold one like that on the side, and then your fingers in and pull out.
OK.
Good. Nice. Now you're cracking eggs with one hand. Hey. Nice one. I need some mussels, OK? Start whisking, and I'll fold in a bit of sugar. Come on. Let's do 30 seconds each. Ready?
OK.
Come on, Jack. Give it some 13-year-old welly. Come on, some mussels. 10 seconds to go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, here you go. Your turn with sugar. Let's go. You see, the secret to whisking vigorously is changing hands every 10 seconds.
Yep.
Now I'm going to stir the chocolate.
I'll stir that for you.
No, watch me.
No, just showing off. No, just showing off.
Now, the secret behind this is getting it really nice and thick, and that's like a sabayon, OK? Your turn. Come on, change.
Again?
Yeah, of course. I'll stir the chocolate. Leave that to slightly cool down a touch. From there, cream in.
Why putting the cream in separately?
Because I'm going to get it nice and thick first. If you start whisking that, I'm going to get in the vanilla.
To maximise the flavour from a vanilla bean, cut the pod in half lengthways and scrape out those wonderfully aromatic seeds. For extra flavour, put the pod in as well, but remember to take it out once it's infused.
So we've got 3 components. The melted chocolate.
Yes.
Sugar.
Yes.
And the eggs, whipped up. And the cream with the vanilla.
Next, mix in your melted chocolate with the sugar and egg sabayon.
So you've got a nice, rich chocolate ganache. Smell how delicious that is. I'm now putting the cream, and so you just whisk that in. Now look at that. How gorgeous is that looking? And that, my son, is a chocolate semi-freddo. Now, big taste.
Pistachio.
Pistachios, right. Sprinkle them in. Now, get your baking tray. You line that with cling film so it's easy to pull out once it sets. And then you just pull that in. That is a real treat. So you fold that over, OK?
Is this like ice cream in any way?
Yeah, as it sets, you slice it, it's like this nice chocolate ice block, delicious.
Then put your semi-fredo into the freezer for around 3 hours to set.
Right, Jack, get that pan nice and hot. Recognise that?
Fillet of beef.
This is a Rolls-Royce cut
Oh, nice.
of beef. So we've got to treat it with some respect, OK?
Yeah.
Mop up all that seasoning
Yeah.
into the pan and get that really nice and hot. Hello, Tills.
Guys.
I'm going to change the check up on you.
Hey, Dad.
Kiss. Kiss. And... What's that,
Very
Holes?
nice. Time.
What's the name?
Rosemary.
Rosemary. A little bit of garlic and thyme in there.
Cooking with these aromatic herbs and garlic will add flavour to the beef.
Because it's a fillet of beef, there's hardly any fat on there, so you sear it quickly. Ends as well get seared. I'm going to now put some butter in there. Continue frying all those herbs. Now, baste that with the butter. See?
Dad, are we just having this, or are we going to have something with it?
Now we're going to serve some beautiful baked potatoes with truffle and a salsa verde. Into the oven, 8 to 10 minutes, that's all.
Next, my super special baked new potatoes. Wash and drain small new potatoes and tip into a baking tray. Drizzle with olive oil, then season with a touch of salt and freshly ground black pepper. Place into an oven preheated at 180 degrees Celsius and bake for 35 minutes until crisp on the outside and soft all the way through. Transfer to your serving dish and grate over fresh Parmesan cheese. Last but not least, shave gorgeous, earthy black truffle slithers onto the cheesy potatoes. Baked new potatoes with a lavish twist. Indulgent, but couldn't be simpler to make.
Right, salsa verde. Anchovies. A little touch of anchovy oil in there, okay?
I love anchovies.
After that, we've got some capers. Garlic in with the anchovies and the capers, okay? A touch of salt. Why only a touch?
Because you got the salt from the anchovies already.
That's right. Well done, Holes. Dijon mustard. Sherry vinegar. Give that a nice mix. And now, this is where it starts to go to a completely different level. Some fresh mint and some fresh parsley. I want half of it in there pureed. Yeah. A touch of olive oil in there. The rest of the mint. A touch of salt, pepper. Excited?
Yep.
No taste. Holes?
I'd love some, please.
What's it taste like? That.
You can try a tiny bit more.
Might need to try a tiny bit more.
Just to check.
Stop! You can't kiss any boys now.
Before the kids polish off all the salsa verde, I need a distraction, and I think my beef fillet will do the job nicely.
Look at this, baby. Hot Holes? Up. Look at that. Seared, and look how juicy and tender that is. Take that out and let that sit on there. A little spoon, just while it sits and rests of your salsa verde. As the beef cools down, that salsa verde marinades. That goes to the table very carefully, please. Tills, take it over the baked potatoes, please. Right, semi-freddo. Now, look at that, nice.
Wow.
And then you just get your chocolate and you grate it over. Whoa. 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 She's gorgeous. How delicious is that? Let's go, do not drop that, please.
Okay, I'm going up to my bedroom now.
Jack.
This is my ultimate special occasion dinner. The tenderest rare beef fillet with punchy salsa verde, served with extravagant truffled new potatoes, and a sublime chocolate and pistachio semi-freddo. It's always a special occasion in our house when my wonderful mum and her husband Jimmy turn up for dinner.
Sit down, guys, please.
Oh, that sauce just finishes off, doesn't it?
Salsa verde, say it, Mum.
No.
Sal.
Sa.
Verde.
De. Salsa verde.
Yeah, yummy! This is a definite special occasion. Cheers, Nan.
Cheers, Nan.
Nice to see you.
To collect selected recipes from the show, go to my scrapbook at channel4.com/Gordon.
Even the team are in danger when floating bodies turn up. Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. returns tonight at 8 here on 4. Next today, John Wright goes berry picking, but not to bake pies. River Cottage Bites.